Advances in technology have made hearing a more fashionable thing. Gone are the big, bulky hearing aids of yesteryear, and in are more sleek, modern, and connected devices. Connect to your TV, your phone, and the world around you. If you are having trouble with hearing, then schedule a free hearing test at Miracle Ear of Southwest Kansas with convenient locations in Dodge City, Garden City, and Liberal. More and more people of all ages are starting their journey towards better hearing, and you can too. Visit miracle-ear.com today to schedule a free hearing test. Miracle Ear of Southwest Kansas. You deserve to hear a better day.
Hello, everyone. This is Harrison again to tell you about Spike's Cafe. Spike's Cafe is the place you want to take your family for breakfast or lunch. Trust me, they even cater. So if you have a party, they will bring the food to you or their food truck to your event. Spike's Cafe is the best. My dad takes me a lot of places to eat, so I know what I'm talking about. Spike's Cafe is open Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And on some Fridays they stay open until 8. So check out their Facebook page for specials or today's hours. Spike's Cafe, only in Ingalls, Kansas.
If you need a place to cash your paycheck or are looking for a little extra cash, stop by AAA Pawn and Armory. AAA Pawn and Armory has a wide selection of slightly used items such as TVs, guitars, golf clubs, tools, jewelry, and more. They also have a large inventory of rifles, shotguns, and hands, as well as ammo in stock. So whether you are looking next firearm, tea, or other item, or you just need to cash a check or pawn something for extra money, don't go anywhere but AAA Pawn and Armory.
That's right, bench warmers. It is that time of the week. It is Riding the Pine right here on Dry River Radio. And we'll talk for the next hour or so with multiple people as we are live on here at Pig Fats Barbecue at the Main Street Food and Brew Hall in Garden City, Kansas. And we've got three different guests to talk to, including a special guest a little bit later in the show. Joining me first, there's a big event coming up May the 2nd in Dodge City. Angel De Paz joining me, and he's all dressed up. He's ready to go. He's ready to wrestle somebody, not me, preferably. But Angel, tell us a little bit about yourself and what's going on.
I mean, not with that attitude, Joey. Come on. If anybody's going to be in that ring, you know it's going to be you. And actually, it is going to be you because you will be performing there that day
That's true.
live.
That's true. I will
Going
be
to be
with.
one of our guest performers for that day. I'm very excited. I believe I have you going on around 3 p.m.
Mhm.
that day for the Tacos and Luchas Festival at the Western State Bake Expo in Dodge City, Kansas. And it's going to be a big event. I'm very excited for it. We have about 18 vendors for that day, local vendors of every kind from Dodge City, Garden City. I think I have a few vendors even from Ashland, Kansas.
There you
So
go.
it's going to be a fun time. We're going to have so much fun. The event starts at 1 p.m. You can buy tickets online now at www.skillprolucha.com, skillprolucha.org. Sorry, it's a new website. What can I say? We're trying to do something big, we're trying to do something new, and this taco festival brings a little bit of something for everyone along with it. So, aside from you performing, we're also going to have them Spicy Boys.
Mhm.
We're going to have Grupo Perverso. And DJ Benji Beats will be the MC host for that day of the event, as well as at 5 p.m. on that same day, we will have our first time ever taco eating tournament.
Yeah, I was watching Facebook and there was like a conversation about that yesterday and what all that's going to entail. There's going to be flights and everything. I was reading you had commented to somebody that the last round will have a special salsa on it. Really, really cool thing that you guys are putting together.
Yes, yes. Well, we didn't want to do your average, ordinary taco eating contest. You see them all the time where you get about 3 to 4 tacos, and whoever eats them first, then you get like maybe a gift card or something like that. No, we're going to do things unique, one of a kind. The tournament is like a regular wrestling tournament. So we will have 6 flights for the first community-based tournament. Each flight will have four participants. The first participant in each flight to finish their tacos and ring the bell in the middle of the table will be the one that advances to the next round. It'll be one more round after that, and in the final round, we will get a good old fashioned one versus one taco eating eat off. Where those two participants will have to eat the three tacos in front of them: cilantro, cebolla, tortilla, all of the tacos with El Pedrillo salsa that will be donated for that specific part of the event. This will be for the community, and the community participants will have the chance to win the first ever champ gold necklace that will be given to them along with a mini WWE replica title as a winning participant of the first ever taco tournament.
That's awesome.
We will also have one for the businesses, though. We will have 12 entries, 12 participants, one participant representing each business. And that will have only two rounds. It'll have four flights, no, three flights, excuse me, three flights of four participants as well. Those four participants, same concept. Eat the taco, ring the bell, move on to the final triple threat taco eat off. And out of those businesses, whoever wins that final round will be crowned and will win the first ever taco eating championship title of Dodge City. That was brought to you by the Dodge City Multicultural Chamber of Commerce Committee. So thanks to them and thanks to the Dodge City Festival Committee, we are able to bring this one of a kind multicultural taco festival to Dodge City. Of course, after the taco eating contest, stick around because that's when the high flying, intense lucha libre matches start. Bell time will be 5:30, roughly 5:45, depending on how long the taco tournament goes, you
Right.
know. And we have a lot of luchadores coming back for that night. We are going to have El Diablo Vega coming in all the way from his realm of Kansas City. We're going to be having a group from Dallas, Texas, luchadores coming in for the first time. And we're going to have some of the fan hometown favorites. You know, we'll have Los Matones, Brusador Violencia, and Hector de Oro will be starting off the nights in tag team action against the Dallas Dragons that are going to be debuting that night. So a lot of action, a lot of fun, and very affordable prices too. You know, the adult tickets said they will be $15 at the door. It'll be $10 for kids at the door, and ages 5 years old and younger get in free.
Nice, nice. We're talking with Angel De Paz from Dodge City, the Lucha Libres and Taco Festival. I got to watch you talk about the whole Lucha Libre experience and everything back in December, I think it was. We were at Boot Hill Museum, and I played there, and I was sitting there eating as you were doing your presentation of what skill Lucha Libre is. Tell us a little bit about that. And what you're wearing right now, your wrestlers.
Yes, yes. So Skill Libre is a local independent wrestling organization. We are not your average Roman Greco style wrestling like you would see in the high school or in wrestling clubs. We are different style of athletes that include tumbling gymnastic routine techniques alongside your Roman Greco style wrestling. There is a lot of stunts that we practice and perform within our shows. There's a lot of storytelling that goes within our shows. And so the traditional lucha libre mask that I wear today is a representation of my family, of my culture in Mexico, really showcasing the heroic side of larger than life of what I can bring into the lucha libre ring. Outside, I'm a normal, ordinary guy. In the lucha ring, I can jump off the top rope, I can tumble, roll, and take out my biggest opponent, strongest opponent, opponents that are two, three times my size. With one hit of this chakra, will fall down like a pile of bricks if hit just right. And that's what you're going to be able to see when you come to Skill Lucha Libre. You will see your technicals, your good guys that we cheer for, that are there for the people, to fight for the people, and to showcase your wrestling basics, to tell the story of who they are and what they're there to fight for. Los Matones, they fight for the city of Dodge City. They fight for the tradition. They fight for their lucha masks. But we do have our Rudos that also do show up. Our Rudos are our bad guys. And our bad guys, they want nothing more than to spoil the fun. They want to steal our lucha masks. They want to lie, cheat, steal. They want to do any dirty tactic they can do to be the outlaws that they are of Skill Lucha Libre. And really bring in their ghastly tactics in order to just ruin our fun, really. That's all they're there to do. And sometimes the bad guys do win. Sometimes, as is life, bad guys do win, and us good guys must continue to fight for our people and show our people that we may have lost the one fight, the one lucha match, but we will continue fighting for our people every time we step in that ring, and the good guy will prevail eventually. And all of that will be brought to life and will be presented as stories throughout the night, not just with our men wrestlers, but we also have our women wrestlers.
Oh, nice.
This show we will be bringing in Ambrosia Bell and Pixing Pulsing. And these are two incredibly talented women. Ambrosia Bell actually just won a women's champion in Dallas Fort Worth. And Pixie Pulsing is currently in Las Vegas, causing havoc and wreaking and destroying anybody in her path, getting ready to show up back to Dodge City to prove to everyone why she is the Terminate Her. And it's going to be a very fun match watching those two talented women bring that high intense energy, fists flying, bodies flying all over the place that could only be seen at Wild West Tacos and Luchas on May 2nd in Dodge City, Kansas at the Western State Bake Expo.
I'm excited about it. Not only am I going to play, but I actually don't have anything booked for the rest of that day, so we're going to hang out. I know my son was excited when you were doing your presentation at Boot Hill Museum. He talked about it on the way home, and I thought that was pretty cool. It's cool to experience different things, especially being in Southwest Kansas. It's a melting pot of cultures. And so it's really cool that you embrace your culture and you're sharing it with everybody else.
Yes, and the important part to understand that as much as we showcase our Hispanic culture and, as you said, the melting pot of Southwest Kansas, we also like to showcase our American wrestlers, which we will have that day of the festival as well. We will have a couple of American luchadores that still do wear the lucha mask and still wrestle in the lucha libre style, but these are American style wrestlers that have trained in Kansas City. They've trained in Dallas, Texas, and they come to portray and represent the American style wrestling that you see in today's WWE and AEW. And it's something very beautiful for Skill Lucha Libre to be able to showcase every different culture. We're going to have Conde Federico, who is going to be coming out of Colorado, and he is our Puerto Rican wrestler.
Oh, nice.
So we'll have a Puerto Rican wrestler there as well, too. A little bit of every culture to really spice up the nights and showcase just how many different styles and cultures there are here in Southwest Kansas. Because that also goes to our food trucks that we will be having for the tacos and luchas festival. Because you can't do a taco festival without food trucks,
That's right.
So we're gonna have El Sazon de Magali, which is our Guatemalan food truck there. We're going to have Tornado Grill, which is a very popular American style food truck, but they also have their own version of tacos. We'll have Cowgirls Grill, who just recently came to the VFW, King Papas, which is,
I
I
love
know,
that
one of your
place.
personal favorites. You know, that carne asada fries, you cannot go
Oh
wrong.
man.
And this is what we're going to continue and hopefully even bring into Garden City one day as well too, because we are scheduled to return to Garden City for the 4th of July at Hidden Trail Brewing for the Great American Luchas. So that will be coming out very soon. Tickets will be on sale for that very soon. And if all goes according to plan, we have one big Mexican American celebration for the 4th of July here in Garden City at Hidden Trail Brewing. And who knows, maybe we bring in our boy Joey Dean again to play a little bit more tunes because I'm still waiting for all those versions of Cotton Eye Joe.
That's
Don't think I
right.
forgot.
That's right. You told me I had to play Cotton Eye Joe at this, and I started fiddling with it the other day.
Good,
So
good.
so
All
I'm
according
gonna
to
I'm
plan.
gonna do it for you. Um, so what was that website again?
That was www.skillprolucha.org. You could also look us up on Facebook, Southwest Kansas Independent Lucha Libre. Instagram is Skill Pro Lucha. And at the same time, if you Google us nowadays, you can Google us with Skill Lucha Libre on Google, and all of that information should pop up right there, easy for you. You go onto our website, you click on the link buy tickets now, and right there, actually online, all of the tickets are discounted right now. So if you purchase your tickets right now, adult tickets online are $10, kids tickets online are $5, and we have a special group family tickets exclusively online on our website for $30. And that family pass is good for families that are five and more for their families. So take advantage of all these deals while we have them right now. Get your tickets before the day of the event, save more, and come embrace the tradition of skill lucha libre.
Yeah, and we'll share it on our Right in the Pine and Dry River Radio Facebook pages as well. And you brought some flyers that I'll be putting around and trying to spread the word. Angel, great to have you on the show,
Thank you very
and
much.
good luck with all of this. And I'm looking forward to May 2nd.
Thank you very much. I will see you there.
All right, that is Angel De Paz. From the Skill Lucha Libre, we'll take a break, come back and talk with Melissa Parker from the Garden City Win Booster Club right here on Riding the Pine on Dry River Radio.
If you need a place to cash your paycheck or are looking for a little extra cash, stop by AAA Pawn and Armory. AAA Pawn and Armory has a wide selection of slightly used items such as TVs, guitars, golf clubs, tools, jewelry, and more. They also have a large inventory of rifles, shotguns, and handguns, as well as ammo in stock. So whether you are looking for your next firearm, TV, or other item, or you just need to cash a check or pawn something for a little extra money, don't go anywhere but AAA Pawn and Armory, 132 West Kansas Avenue in Garden City.
Hello, everyone. This is Harrison again to tell you about Spike's Cafe. Spike's Cafe is the place you want to take your family for breakfast or lunch. Trust me, they even cater. So if you have a party, they will bring the food to you or their food truck to your event. Spike's Cafe is the best. My dad takes me a lot of places to eat, so I know what I'm talking about. Spike's Cafe is open Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And on some Fridays they stay open until 8. So check out their Facebook page for specials or today's hours. Spike's Cafe, only in Ingalls, Kansas.
Advances in technology have made hearing a more fashionable thing. Gone are the big bulky hearing aids of yesteryear, and in are more sleek, modern, and connected devices. Connect to your TV, your phone, and the world around you. If you are having trouble with hearing, then schedule a free hearing test at Miracle Ear of Southwest Kansas with convenient locations in Dodge City, Garden City, and Liberal. More and more people of all ages are starting their journey towards better hearing, and you can too. Visit miracle-ear.com today to schedule a free hearing test. Miracle Ear of Southwest Kansas. You deserve to hear a better day.
Welcome back, bench warmers. It is Riding the Pine here on a Friday on Dry River Radio. I'm your host, Joey Dean. It's presented by AAA Pawn and Armory, 132 West Kansas in Garden City. One of my favorite places to go for pretty much anything. They have great items there, from firearms and ammunition to musical equipment, jewelry, tools, you name it, they've got it. Plus, they cash your checks, and when you cash your check, you get a free pond buck and a 2-liter bottle of soda. So, I mean, you really can't beat that. H picked out RC Cola the other day as I'm joined by Melissa Parker from the Garden City Wind Booster Club. I was expecting him to pick out Squirt or orange soda. Nope, he went right for the RC. So he's like cut from my own cloth over here. We're joined by Melissa Parker. We're live at the Main Street Food and Brew Hall here in Garden City on behalf of Pig Fats Barbecue. In fact, I don't know how popular you are in this town, but I have my own Joey Dean Pig Fats Barbecue T-shirt now
I am
that I
not
can
Joey
wear
Dean
around.
popular. No.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to be as cool as me. I understand. Um, but you are pretty cool in your own right. You are the one who is the director of the host families,
Yes.
correct?
Yep. Yeah. So I'm the host family coordinator for the Wind, which just means the last several years I've been in charge of trying to recruit host families, get them connected with the players that are coming in for each season, and hosting myself. So I've been hosting for the last, this will be the sixth season. So,
Nice. There's a knucklehead over here that used to play
yep.
for the Wind. But really, overall, these guys aren't knuckleheads. That's one thing that I remember when Randy Ralston took over in 2018. That was the number one thing. You bring guys of character
Mm-hmm.
in, and I think that the Wind have done that since
Yes.
then.
Yeah. One of the things that made it more comfortable for me to host was knowing that these guys are here to play. They want to be here. They want to play. And they know that in order to have that happen, we have to be good to our host families. And really it's if you mess up a host family connection, you're probably not going to come back and you may be asked to leave. So, yeah, we really try to bring in good dudes and just know that myself and my son is 11. If he ever gets to do this someday, I hope that's a family out there that will take care of him just the same way. So,
Yeah, my
yeah,
son, 8 years old, on his list of things he's going to be, that he wrote in school the other day. First, he's going to be an astronaut.
nice.
Second, he's going to be an engineer, and I was like, "Oh, you can do both there. That
Mm-hmm,
makes
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
sense." Third, he's going to play basketball at Wichita State University.
Oh,
Like, okay, right on, right on.
okay.
Fourth, fifth, whatever I'm at now, he's going to play baseball for the Garden City Wind,
Good for
and I
him.
was like, "Okay, okay." And then on top of that, he's going to be a musician and a gymnast.
Perfect. He's got a lot to
So
do.
yeah, and
So,
and then he draws, and
yep,
he's an artist.
yep.
So
Busy guy.
yeah, he's
Love it.
he's super busy. But I'm very excited. I've got something in store for him and the Booster Club here very soon. I was just
Great.
at the Good Sport,
Hmm.
the official um merchandise
Gear. Yeah, yeah.
apparel dealer of the Garden City Wind, and I was just there putting the GC logo on some
Hmm.
stuff
Yep.
and including something special for him that I'm
Yay.
not going to tell you yet what it is. I might tell you off the air,
Okay.
but I really want to surprise Randy Ralston with this.
Yes, yes. We
So
like surprises.
yeah, I know he just loves
That's good. That's good.
so being a host family, a
Mhm.
lot of people think that like you got to take care of these
Right.
guys.
Yeah.
That's not the case.
No, it's not. These are grown dudes, they know how to take care of themselves. What we do as a family is to provide a safe environment for them to sleep in, to have kind of a home a place to call home for the summer. So access to their own bedroom, sleep on a bed. They do their own laundry. They can cook for themselves, but they would just need access to that washer and dryer, access to a kitchen. I always say, we're from the Midwest, so generally us Midwesterners like to feed people, but that's also not a requirement. So we let these guys know that hey, this is a place for you to be able to have that sense of family and kind of a home spot when you're off the road. But it's still up to them to take care of themselves. As a team, if they come here without a car, they'll get themselves to wherever they need to go if they need to get to practice or appointments or whatever. So really I'm just here to provide a safe landing for them, a couple of home cooked meals because I don't mind doing that, and some bro time for my little guy.
Yeah, that's the coolest part. And as a guy who, my son is literally growing up around
Hmm.
this team. He was an infant
Yeah.
and in a stroller as I was calling games in the stands.
Yeah.
And he says that's his ballpark. Every
I
year
believe
he
it.
reminds me, and that this is his team, and he'll tell Uncle Randy that
Yep.
too.
Yep.
But the guys over the years, there's been
Hmm.
a number of guys that have come through, and every time I'm just amazed by how great they are with
Yeah.
kids.
Yep. That's one of the coolest things is watching Gage be able to look at them and ask them for help sometimes or just hang out. He and um our the guys that we host, they like to play NFL Blitz, and apparently Gage is a shark at the pool table. So, they enjoy doing things like that, and it's really cool. And when he's down at the field, he's running around, watching things and then playing ball on his own. So,
We're talking with Melissa from the Garden City Wind Booster Club. The wind season gets started May 28th. The players will come a little sooner. That's not when the host family thing starts, though.
correct.
When does that get underway, and how many host families are you still needing?
So, we pair families with players right before they start the season. So, it's I think the 28th is the first
Hmm.
game. We would pair families the day before. So even though the players will be here mid May for spring training, it won't happen for another couple of weeks. Right now, we are still in need of 7 families. So we have 25 players and then 2 coaches, managers. So right now, we have enough covered for, I believe, 20 20 beds I have right now. So still need about seven beds.
Okay. And like I said, it doesn't really cost anything. It's
Nope.
just
Doesn't have to. Nope.
open your home and
Mm-hmm.
let them crash somewhere.
Yes, exactly.
And then you have to be in the Garden City area, obviously.
Yeah, it does make it easier. We do have some families in Holcomb, and that hasn't really been a problem. We try to pair those obviously with somebody who has a vehicle,
Right.
makes it a lot easier. So we've had families in Holcomb. I think that's been about the farthest out though, just time's sake, them getting to the field and whatnot.
Um, so the Garden City Wind, you're not just the host family coordinator, you're part of the booster club
Yeah.
as well. The wind season coming up, it's going to be another big year. The All-Star game coming
Hmm.
back again. Of course, opening day of 4th of July, all those great
Yeah.
things. And the booster club keeps growing, but
Hmm.
you guys could still use more volunteers on
Please,
the booster club,
yes,
right?
yes, yeah. So at every game, we're there trying to sell merchandise. All of that money is intended to go back to the team. So whether it's covering the bus that they use for travel or actually paying them cash, being getting a little bit of a paycheck, practice gear, all of that money goes to support the team in some way. So we're there every game doing that. We also host kids camps, kids baseball camps. We have 3 of those coming up this summer, and that's just a fun time. The guys seem to like it, the kids love it. It's fun to watch as a parent and as a booster club member.
Yeah, and we'll share of course, the flyers for all those things, both on Ride the Pine and Dry River
Yeah.
Radio. Dry River Radio, the radio home of the Garden City Wind for the second year in a row. We're excited about it. This will be I think we were counting 10th season, ninth or
Wow.
10th season with the team.
Wow.
Whenever 2017 was, I don't know.
Yeah, so
It was a long time
sometime back
ago.
then, yeah.
I've got Randy by a year,
Mm,
and I always remind him of that.
yeah.
I also remind him that he was the general manager of the worst team in franchise history and the best team in
Nice.
franchise history. So he's done it
That's
all.
that's the gamut there.
That's right. And so nothing surprises Randy
Yeah.
anymore. But we're lucky to have him. He's the reigning GM of the
Mhm.
year.
Yep.
And so we'll bring you the same great stuff that we do every year.
Yes.
Um, the All-Star games coming back here for a
Mhm.
second year because it was so successful last
Yes.
year.
Yep.
We're gonna have live music and everything this year with the All-Star game. So it's gonna be a whole deal
Yeah.
versus just a ball game and a home run derby.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
So yeah, for people that don't know what it's like to go to a win game, I mean the season only lasts a couple months.
Mhm.
What's it like for these guys that you see play in this league, and what's it like as a fan?
So it's you watch the growth, right? So you start out seeing them playing together for the first time, really as a team, and you see the growth and see them get comfortable, and it's fun to, especially when you're a host family, it's fun to root for your guy and watch them do well on the field. Um, for the, I mean, it's a short season, but it's a lot in that season. You know, they're playing what 52 games or something like that. So that's why it's important, I think, for us to have homes as well for them to come and be able to kind of crash at for a little bit. But it's a ton of fun. Sometimes it's really hot, sometimes it's not, and it's the perfect evening to be out there. But you kind of create a little summer family, you know, with the other regulars that go, and I love it. I've been going, like I said, this will be my sixth season, so it's a good time. Come on out. There's good fun for everybody.
And every night of the week, not just Thursdays when
Yes,
beers are $1.
correct, correct.
We're talking with Melissa from the Garden City Wind Booster Club. Um, you mentioned that it's kind of a long season but short. It's very
Mhm,
compact,
mhm.
and seeing these guys, Garden City's very lucky in the
Mhm.
league. When you look at some of the other teams in the league, there's travel
Yep.
teams, there's teams that stayed in some awful
Awful. Yes.
conditions
Yes.
that were provided by the team.
Mhm.
A lot of that's been cleaned up by the commissioner, but you know, Garden City is kind of the franchise that's the model franchise in the Pecos League.
Yeah.
What's it feel like to be a part of that?
I mean, coming from Garden City, it's that's a really cool thing because we don't have a ton of things going on here, but we have this, and there are a lot of players that want to come here and play because of that. You know, we have good host families. It was my second season that we got the contract with the bus, and then being able to use a bus instead of each of the players driving their own vehicles clear to Austin, Texas, or wherever the game might have been. So that's a huge benefit that we have. And I mean, it's a good field. The town is, we're a hometown, so it's small. There's thing, but there's a life here for them too, and most of them enjoy coming back. It seems.
So if somebody's interested in being a host family, how do they go about that?
Please reach out. You can call me directly. Um, There's a Garden City Wind Baseball Booster Club Facebook page. There's also the Garden City Wind page. They can message us through that. I can give out my telephone number. Yeah, I mean any way they can. There's an email, Garden City, GC Wind Boosters at gmail.com. My phone number is 620-521-1863. Call me. We'll get you hooked up, and I can certainly provide more information about what it's like.
And like I said, we'll share the flyers and everything
Yeah.
on our pages as well and try to
Yep.
get the word out. Very excited for the
Yeah,
season.
me
It's
too.
going to be a lot of fun. Melissa, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us,
Yes.
and we'll let you get back to your
Okay.
normal
My
Friday,
day job. Yeah.
and we'll continue on with the show here after the break. This is Ride in the Pine right here on Dry River Radio.
Advances in technology have made hearing a more fashionable thing. Gone are the big, bulky hearing aids of yesteryear, and in are more sleek, modern, and connected devices. Connect to your TV, your phone, and the world around you. If you are having trouble with hearing, then schedule a free hearing test at Miracle Ear of Southwest Kansas with convenient locations in Dodge City, Garden City, and Liberal. More and more people of all ages are starting their journey towards better hearing, and you can too. Visit miracle-ear.com today to schedule a free hearing test. Miracle Ear of Southwest Kansas. You deserve to hear a better day.
Hello, everyone. This is Harrison again to tell you about Spike's Cafe. Spike's Cafe is the place you want to take your family for breakfast or lunch. Trust me, they even cater. So if you have a party, they will bring the food to you or their food truck to your event. Spike's Cafe is the best. My dad takes me a lot of places to eat, so I know what I'm talking about. Spike's Cafe is open Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. And on some Fridays they stay open until 8. So check out their Facebook page for specials or today's hours. Spike's Cafe only in Ingalls, Kansas.
If you need a place to cash your paycheck or are looking for a little extra cash, stop by AAA Pawn and Armory. AAA Pawn and Armory has a wide selection of slightly used items such as TVs, guitars, golf clubs, tools, jewelry, and more. They also have a large inventory of rifles, shotguns, and handguns, as well as ammo in stock. So whether you are looking for your next firearm, TV, or other item, or you just need to cash a check or pawn something for a little extra money, don't go anywhere but AAA Pawn and Armory, 132 West Kansas Avenue in Garden City.
Welcome back, bench warmers. It is Right in the Pine here on a Friday on Dry River Radio, brought to you by AAA Pawn and Armory, 132 West Kansas in Garden City. We're live on location in Garden City at the Main Street Food and Brew Hall, courtesy of Pig Fats Barbecue, which I think I'm going to get some Pig Fats Barbecue here after we're done. I mean, I got to have something on the way to Hayes with the wife to hold over her head that I got to do that she didn't get to do. But Pig Fat's not the only place here. Of course, there's the Food and Brew Hall that has daily specials as well. There is, trying to find the names of the places here. The Filipino food place, Asian Grill, and Sizzling Plates is here as well. So yeah, there's a little bit of something for everybody. Burgers, Asian food, barbecue, little bit of something for everybody. As Ted Brocksterman, the new skipper of the Garden City Wind, joins us now. And if you had to choose between Asian food, burgers, and barbecue, which direction would you go?
Well, I've had the burgers here before. They are excellent. I think this time I might get my arm twisted into some barbecue since I don't think they were here the last time I came through.
They
But
opened up right toward the end of the season last year.
oh yeah, I must have
So
missed them.
yeah,
I think they're on my list now.
they are actually providing food for a handful of games this season for the players after the game too. So
Excellent,
yeah,
excellent.
they were like, "Do you think the guys would be down with that?" Oh, most definitely will they be down with it.
Absolutely.
Teddy, you're the new manager after a extensive managerial search to replace Easton Barnes, who moves up
Yep,
to the Pioneer League,
yep,
correct?
yep. That's correct.
Um,
He's up in Missoula now.
Missoula, the
Yeah,
Paddleheads.
correct. Yep,
And he's up there, and we wish him the best up there. He's provided
yep.
2 great years at the helm
Absolutely,
of the Garden
absolutely.
City Wind. You take that over, taking the baton, if you will, after 2 record-breaking seasons. No
hmm
pressure, right?
Right. I made the joke to a couple of guys the other day that I don't know if breaking those records will be possible, but we're definitely going to continue the winning tradition here in Garden City.
So tell us a little bit about your journey. You came here as a pitcher, and you spent the last couple years as an assistant. You just kind of worked your way up, right?
Yep. It's I like to say it's climbing the same ladder as I was as a player. I'm just on the other side of the lines now. Keep learning, keep getting better at my job the way I did as a player, and try and take this thing as far as I can go.
So, you were one of my favorite players when you were playing,
I
by the way,
appreciate that. I
because you were a
appreciate that.
left-handed pitcher, and that's what I was when I
Yeah,
went to college. So, we have that kinship
that's
there.
right. That's right.
But you're also from the Minneapolis-St. Paul area,
That's right. Yep.
and it's really cool because your family's very invested in you,
Yeah. I'm sure my dad's tried
including
to chew your ear off a few times.
well, and your grandfather texts me on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of cool to
hmm
have that family connection with baseball, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I've kind of grown up around the game, in dugouts here and there. With my dad worked for the Reds back in the day, with the Big Red Machine, and played or was a trainer with the Gophers as well up in Minnesota. And I was a part of as much as it as I could be. He tried to soak up as much knowledge and pass it down, and I guess I'm trying to do the same now.
Yeah, it's always cool when parents text me. I leave the number out there throughout the games. We always like to have their input throughout the games. Number of different ones have done so throughout the years. So your family's not alone,
I hope not.
but it's always fun talking to them, and always fun. I've seen you do some really cool things on the baseball diamond. We saw you pitch in relief one game, and you weren't feeling the greatest,
No, yeah, that's
and you continued on. Uh,
soldier through,
after
as they
losing your
say.
lunch a little bit, and everybody, you just played it off. Everybody's like, "What just happened?" And you're like, "All right, here comes the pitch."
Yeah, Colton Adams, he was in the box against me. He was a good sport about it. He actually played with me the next season there here in Garden. So me and him have a chuckle about it from time to time.
Yeah, and I remember calling that, and everybody in the box was looking at me like, "Did that just happen?" And I'm like, "And Broxterman's just gonna do it."
Yeah, I think I made it through five that game, five complete.
So you were both a starter and a reliever. You spent this last couple years as a pitching coach.
Hmm.
How important is that having that pitching side of things going in? Because we know Easton was a pitcher as well.
Hmm.
How important is that having that pedigree coming into the manager spot?
I think the biggest part of it is as being a part of the Garden City Wind. I know exactly what it takes, the stuff they're going to go through throughout the season, um, and the ways that you have to adjust from year to year if you're coming back. Additionally, I think seasons are won and lost based on pitching staffs. Historically, we've had a dominant pitching staff here in Garden, and I think that's what's led to a great part of our success. Obviously, we've had great hitters and position players who've come through throughout the years, who have made their way up through the ranks as well. But I think our pitching staff has really been the backbone of that, and being so closely invested in that myself, I think that's what really helps.
So, you mentioned the pitching staff being dominant. We've had some guys set some records the last couple of years. We've also had the flip side in Garden City in 17 and 18. The pitching staff wasn't great. I remember in 18 there was a guy that the manager relied on way too much. That he'd come in with a 4-run lead and leave with a 2-run deficit every single time. And I'm not going to mention his name, but if JB Surge is listening at all, he's yelling his name right now because we would get so frustrated up there in the press box. And you know me, I live and die Garden City Wind baseball throughout the season. And to see the success of the pitching staff the last few years has just been incredible. What you guys have been able to do, what you've been able to get out of certain guys. Brennan Beard's up at the next level, performing exceptionally well. There's a number of other guys that have moved up as well. I know your goal is to win, but in this league, one of your other goals is to move guys up, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Moving guys up is what's been part of our success. Being able to say that we've been a part of guys' future or bettering their careers at the higher levels really helps us be able to recruit higher level talent to come to Garden. You know, obviously our goal is to win as many baseball games as possible, and hopefully bring home a championship. Who knows? But in that, to do so, you have to move guys up, and that's how we bring in the talent that we do. It's all about bettering your career, and if that means you get a shot at the next level, I'm not going to be the one standing in your way.
We're talking with Ted Brocksterman, the new skipper of the Garden City Wind. Okay, so do you want me to call you Ted, Teddy, Theodore? Now that you're a manager, are you Theodore now? Which one?
Ted or Teddy works great
Ted or
for me.
Teddy? Okay. I'll keep Theodore for when you blow a game,
Yeah,
make a
yeah,
bad decision.
exactly.
Um, so, um, you've gotten to see everything in the Pecos League so far. Of course, there's going to be a new team this year in Grand Junction, which I'm still, the name is very Pecos League-esque. The Razorback Suckers.
Absolutely.
I'm still unsure whether I'm going to call them the Razorbacks or the Suckers. Probably the second one, being an opposing play-by-play guy. But either way, it's great to have Grand Junction in the league. They previously were in the Pioneer League and had one of the greatest names in
Hmm.
all of minor league baseball in the
Jackalopes.
Jackalopes. But they couldn't carry that name over, so they're the Razorback Suckers now. But you've been to all the ballparks in the Pecos League. What makes Garden City special?
Definitely the atmosphere. Garden City has the best atmosphere in the Pecos League and a lot of other ones that I've played in. The stands are always full, and even when they're empty, it feels like it sure is pretty packed out. There's always kids running around asking for autographs. It's a great family environment. Um, Fun for the whole family. We do stuff in between innings. They run the bases at the end of the game. Even in between innings, we do a chance for the kids to run the bases. Um, and I really just think that it's a great spot to enjoy a ball game, and that's what makes it so great.
You mentioned the kids. You've done the kids camp the last few
Absolutely, yeah.
years. I know last year Jennifer was telling me at one of the kids camps my son wasn't paying attention, and you got onto him about it, and she's like, he just kind of dadded up on it. I was like, good. Because I tell you guys, treat him like your little brother. Treat him like your kid.
Hmm.
If he's out of line, let him know. But you guys take that time in the kids camps and teach them pitching and throwing and catching and things like that.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. We love the kids camp. It's definitely a highlight of my summer. Being able to provide that level of baseball instruction and also just let the kids enjoy the game. I think sometimes that there's a little bit too much of a focus on, you know, maybe not just enjoying the game, especially at that young of an age. Um, Learn about baseball and have fun doing it. It's as simple as that. Baseball has been better to me the most, and I try and pass that down to the younger generations as well.
We're talking with Teddy Brocksterman, the skipper of the Garden City Wind for 2026. We'll see what happens. I mean, I'm not going to say you're going to be here forever. You could go up, or you could be awful, and
Yeah, who
there's
knows? I
that.
could get fired still, Joe.
But the season starts May 28th, and
Hmm.
we talked about like the different places, Garden City being unique in itself.
Hmm.
This league has Tucson and Alpine, Texas, and Austin, Texas, and Roswell, New Mexico, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Hmm.
These bigger cities
Hmm.
compared to Garden City. What would you say is your favorite place out of those, other than Garden City, to go play a game?
To play a game,
Hmm.
I think, as big of a challenge as it is, I like going to Alpine. Um, their fans are a little bit rowdier, and they pack it out. Not quite as good as Garden, but maybe a close second. And I think it's just because there's nothing out there but the '06 Cowboys for them. So it's always a challenge. You're going to get a good game going into Alpine, and it's a cool historical ballpark as well, alike to Clint Leitner.
So it is a great ballpark, and you got the mountains and everything around. It's a beautiful town. We went down for the championship series 2 years ago, and funny story with that. So Randy Ralston and I were friends with Lance Myers, who was the assistant on that team, and we went golfing with Lance and Sean,
Hmm.
the manager, the first day, and we had a great time golfing with them. We wanted to go a second day, and Lance could, Sean couldn't. So Lance comes with us, and his wife Julie was going to join us a little bit
Hmm.
later. And so H was with us, and
Hmm.
he's in the golf cart. And Randy and I are kind of over here, and Lance is over here with his golf cart. And we said, hey, just press the gas and steer it forward.
Yeah.
No big deal. So he did. And then we were taking our shots and we look up and he had steered it forward and stopped, but then got bored
Uh,
and started going again and went that direction and right into a tree.
oh.
And so we're like laughing, we're worried at the same time. He was fine, the cart was fine and everything. And so then we just kind of gave him a hard time the
Hmm.
rest of the day. And when Julie finally got there, she kind of took over that cart. But
Yeah.
we had so much fun hanging out there in Alpine.
Hmm.
The result wasn't what we wanted on the field, but the hospitality was great
Hmm.
there. And that's a cool thing about Alpine and Garden City. There's a rivalry there, but it's kind of like a friendship kind
Gentleman's
of,
game.
yeah. It's not like the rivalry with Trinidad where we just hate Trinidad, right?
Yeah, for the most part.
The Triggers will come to Garden City later this year. It was announced yesterday that there's going to be a game between the Triggers and the 80s in Garden City as well. Before a Garden City game, because of travel and everything, the central point was Garden City. And I told Randy, I said, how are we supposed to handle this? It's our two biggest rivals coming to play each other in our house. Like, Do we roll out the red carpet for him? What do we do?
No, that's always a gray area there. I always defer to the higher ups, so Randy can make that
Yeah,
call.
Randy can decide. I like that. So out of the teams in the North, you got Blackwell and North Platte, Trinidad. Who do you expect to be the biggest threat to the Garden City win this season?
Um, I think the real threat to the Garden City win is going to be ourselves. If we play our game, go out and do the things we want to do, I don't think much can stand in our way. That being said, the North Platte 80s, they've been trending in the right direction the last few years. It's been a good rivalry. It's another good area. Trinidad is always scrappy. They're always going to give you a run for your money. And Blackwell, you never know. They've made a run as well. So it's all
Yeah,
up in the air.
it's always fun. Like Todd's coming back for another
Hmm.
season at North Platte, and it's when you get to know the managers and they stay for multiple years,
Hmm.
and you get to know the teams a little bit. It's a lot more fun than when you have an unknown, and
Right.
Grand Junction's an unknown for us
Of course.
this season. Just knowing that they did well in the Pioneer League
Hmm.
and drew well. Um, and I've seen pictures of that facility.
Hmm.
It looks like that they could be a team that could be one to reckon with.
Yeah, I think so. We'll see. I don't know much. I mean, obviously they're a wild card first year in the league, but having that pedigree coming from the Pioneer League, they should be pretty competitive. Um, it's a great facility, like you mentioned. That's always a good way to recruit and find players. It's going to be a good year. I think it might be a close racer or a closer race than we might like.
We're talking with Ted Broxman, the skipper of the Garden City Wind. So spring training starts this next month, right?
Hmm.
And so how's that process go? You invite guys to camp and you got to whittle it down to 25 guys.
Yep.
How's that process work as a manager?
Well, right now it's we're whittling it down. We're trying to get the right guys in camp. That's always what you're trying to do at the end of the day. Mostly once we get into camp, we'll get a little bit competitive. Obviously, we'll take 60 times, run a pro style tryout, just to get a general sense of things, and then we'll move into live at bats and cut the fat.
Is there anybody that's coming back to camp that fans would recognize that maybe have been here before?
Yeah, absolutely. Dominic Enbody, he'll be making a return in the catcher's box, but he'll probably be moving around maybe a little bit this year, maybe a little first base, who knows. Robert Morissetti is also going to be coming to camp this year. On the pitcher's half, we've got Maximilian Ramirez coming back. He was a late addition last year and did really well for us in the final stretch. Um, Zach Westbrook's also going to come back. He started and did a little relieving for us, as well as some new additions as well. Zach Westbrook, I think I mentioned. Gavin Peterson, he'll be back. Jordan Williams will be coming back as well, playing center field, the different Jordan Williams. But yeah, it's good. I'm excited for this year.
Gavin Peterson, the lanky lefty from Lenexa.
That's
That's what
right.
I always called
Yep,
him. Glad he's coming back. Glad Dom Inbuddy, that dude's a character.
he sure is.
I like Dom. He's been here what now 4 years,
I
something
think
like
so,
that. Um, it's back in the days of the previous manager,
yeah. Hmm.
Garrett Toddy. He was I think the last year at Toddy was his first year.
I
So.
believe so, yeah.
Definitely cool. Excited about this season. It's a lot of games in a short amount of
Hmm.
time, but you guys got the luxury of a bus, so you don't have to
Absolutely.
drive. I rode on the bus, I think it was 2 years ago to Santa Fe.
Hmm.
It was last year or 2 years ago,
Hmm.
something like that. And that was an experience.
It sure is.
You get done with the night game, you go eat, and then you sleep on the bus until it gets back to Garden City. And
Yeah.
that's a lot better than most teams.
It's as rough as that sound, that's actually a privilege.
Yeah, because then you get home and you get to nap a little bit
Yeah, yeah,
and you don't have to worry about staying awake driving and all
yeah.
that. And
Most importantly, it's the safety. It's the
yeah,
safety of it. There was a horrible accident in Alpine a few years ago, and
right.
and that's really what our main concern with it is.
So what will be your biggest goal as manager, first year manager at Garden City?
My biggest goal this year is to not rock the boat, so to speak. We've got a good thing going here. I'm just trying to maintain that momentum, continue to be successful, and to promote players to the next level. I guess the end goal is always winning a championship, but we'll cross that bridge when we reach it.
So the All-Star game's coming back to Garden City.
Mhm.
How important is it to have that game here versus having to travel somewhere else?
It's huge. It's huge. Just not having to travel for those all stars uh, um, is big, because for everybody else it's a rest day. For them, you'd like to be able to rest, right? But it's also a privilege to play in the All-Star game. So a little bit of win and lose there, but um, having it in home makes a huge difference. Getting to sleep in your own bed the night before or the host family bed, but they become your own towards the year. Um, it's huge not having to travel. It's kind of cool to brag on the rest of the league too, kind of show them how good we got it here in Garden.
You mentioned the host family bed. We talked to Melissa about host
hmm
families. What's it like as a player to come into a host family situation?
It's always a week or so of testing the water, right? It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes, but they do become your home away from home. I've been blessed to have great host families my entire career as a player and as a coach. They truly do open their homes, and there's not really a single way you can repay them. But just being able to have somewhere that feels like home makes a world of difference in a season. Like you said, it's a sprint to the end. So if baseball's going great, it's great. But when it's not, it's great to have somewhere else to feel comfortable and be able to call your home.
Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And we'll definitely talk again next month. And as the season progresses, we'll try to do a little more regular than what we've done with other managers.
Awesome.
A little more regular because you seem to like the spotlight a little bit more than
I don't know
other
about that. I
guys.
don't know about that. I'll
You
never
you seem
tell.
to handle it better
Maybe
anyway.
that's true.
There you
Maybe
go.
that's true.
But thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to the season.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me, Joey.
You bet. That is Ted Brocksterman, the skipper of the Garden City Wind, right here on Dry River Radio, Riding the Pine, live at Pig Fats Barbecue at the Main Street Food and Brew Hall in Garden City. That'll do it for today's show. Big thank you to Angel DePaz, Melissa Parker, and Ted Brocksterman for joining me at the show. Big thank you to Pig Fats Barbecue. I mentioned I got a new T-shirt from Pig Fats, so I'll be wearing that. Very excited about it. Thank you to the Main Street Food and Brew Hall for hosting us as well. And of course, thanking our sponsors, Miracle Graph Inc. and AAA Pawn and Armory. Next week, I will be in South Dakota next Friday. I'm planning on having the show as well with the band joining me from South Dakota. We'll be in Deadwood at the Saloon 10 for 4 days. So looking forward to that. Get to finally see Mount Rushmore, so that'll be cool. But big thank you to all of you who have listened. Don't forget, you can listen on the podcast wherever you get your podcasts, be it Apple, Spotify, Amazon. You can find it there. Search for Riding the Pine. We'll make this show available. It'll be probably a little longer than normal. It'll be sometime this afternoon that it's available, though. So you can download it on podcast and, of course, rewatch it on Facebook Live and find it on our website, dryriverservices.com. That'll do it for today. This has been Riding the Pine, presented by AAA Pawn and Armory, right here on Dry River Radio. Have a great weekend, everyone.